Alright, I guess we're doing this. I am Live the Truth, and today I'm going to be reacting to the the One Piece manga chapter 1116. Last chapter 1115, Vegapunk blew more of the world's minds by giving them some more information about the voice entry and the poneglyphs. That not that he had the full picture, so he can't really say exactly what happened, nor is he trying to be morally accurate and say which side was right or wrong. But he delves more into the history of the voice entry, telling more about Sun God Nika, how he was the first pirate, or I guess Joy Boy was the first pirate, and he had the symbolism and the powers of Nika, and that the 20 kingdoms, the 20 original kingdoms, joined together to deal with him, to fight with him, because he apparently had the backing of the ancient kingdom, that one ancient kingdom that was very technologically advanced. He also says, again, not that he can say which side did which side started the attacking at one point than another, but he said that during the voice century, there was a 200-meter increase in the water. The water levels rose 200 meters. Doing this ended up sinking the old world. A bunch of the ancient civilization, the science, all of what was accomplished was sunk to the bottom of the ocean, which is what made it easier for the world to void out that history, because ain't no one going to the bottom of the ocean to see that stuff. But while Vegapunk still revealing some of this information to the world, the Agoracid is still trying to do their things. One of them using Conqueror's Hockey to knock out as many surveillance snails as possible, while the other one, the horse one, after trying to take off Bonnie's head, decides to run over to the lab, to Labostrom, and apparently after Stussy turned down the barrier, because Edison said, "What's the point?" Immediately after she turned down the barrier, the Gorosei slices the island, the floating island, in two. So now the Seraphim and Castro, C4 agents are all falling down. So the people, the elders, are doing everything they can to try to stop this broadcast, but it is still going through. And Vegapunk continues to say that whatever caused the water to rise 200 meters was not a natural phenomenon. There have been records of it, signs of it coming in. There was no proof of any of that. It just happened. And now, because of that happening and sinking 200 meters, that weapon or whatever did that exists to this day. It's somewhere out there. So that has a lot of people on their heels, got a lot of people worried. That's kind of where we left off at. So without further ado, One Piece chapter 1116. Let's see what we got. Okay, One Piece chapter 1116, Conflict. Only Child Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 6, getting medicine and dumplings for Otsuru. Okay, so one of the first stops, I guess, was to Kinemon's wife, which makes sense, getting some medicine and dumplings from her as she starts to make her journey to return the sword on Yatsue's behalf. So they got her doing her little pilgrimage thing, so she's probably going to make a bunch of stops at Wano Yamato, and that's going to be the different cover stories we're seeing at this point. But alright, into the actual chapter now. Okay, a truth too hard to swallow. Did he just say there are world-sinking weapons still out there somewhere? Populace still reading or still looking at the message from Vegapunk, still flabbergasted at everything. And of course, Imu-san also listening in on this. I wonder how he or she was feeling. How can an 800-year war be ongoing? No one from back then is even still alive, they say, if we pan to Imu. Why would a war rage on in total secrecy? Vegapunk. I can't tell if that's Imu saying that or if that's just in general someone saying that, calling Vegapunk's name. But Umu, you can tell from the intensity in Imu's eyes, they are mad. In all sincerity, Vegapunk continues with his broadcast, I want to apologize from the bottom of my heart, as there is something else I must confess. Okay, and now we're seeing, I guess, King Cobra's funeral. The people are burying him, his body, it looks like. My goal was always to create an energy source to fuel society's development. And while it remains unfinished, is he talking about the energy source, the mother flame? My research culminated in the mother flame, or has culminated in the mother flame. Its power has many practical uses. Oh, so he's explaining the mother flame to everyone. I am certain that one day this undying energy can be harnessed to ensure that the entire world lives in abundance. The breakthrough is marred, however, as a small fragment of the flame was stolen. I take full responsibility for this unfortunate event. The Cypherpole agents. Okay, so is he talking about them trying to steal it now, or is he talking about them having stole a piece of it before and using that to sink the original 1 meters when they got rid of Lulusia? The Cypherpole agents are stuck in the middle of the island. This is bad. They're completely surrounded by flames. So the world government is still trying to get to those Cypherpole agents that fell from that were trapped earlier. That was quite a tremor. Any idea what's happening, Edison? That spooked me too. Okay, so Nami and Robin and them were on the top of the cloud when they got cut. So that makes sense that they were taken out or taken aback by whatever happened. The whole goddamn basement came crashing down here with all the Cypherpole agents in tow. Can't generate any more clouds for the Straw Hat crew. Okay, so probably due to a lot of what's happening, they can't remake the cloud that got cut. So they're kind of SLO right now for all the Cypherpole agents having hit the ground, and a lot of them getting separated. Another monstrous elder must be heading up. Stussy, get yourself out of there quickly. So yeah, Edison already knew. Now it was probably a Gore simmer that we got to be on the move now. Edison, is it okay if I let Kaku go free? I don't want him to suffer the consequences of this. Don't worry, I won't let him go after the Straw Hats, and I don't think pursuing them will be his priority anyways. Understood, Stussy. I'm sorry for putting you through all this. It didn't occur to me that they were your friends. Forgive me for making you turn on them. I don't know how much of a friend they really are to Stussy, but I guess he means that she still cares about his livelihood. Despite being torn between both sides, you still rescued us. That inner conflict is proof of your humanity, Stussy. Do as you please. Just find a way to keep on living. Yes, sir. Okay, Stussy trying to actually be a person, more than just a clone designed to obey Vegapunk. 2 weeks after the flame fragment was stolen, we observed an intense glow emitting from above the kingdom of Lulusia. I later got the news that the entire nation had mysteriously vanished without a trace. Before long, my equipment registered the worldwide earthquake I mentioned earlier. This might be my pride as a scientist talking, but I was certain of one fact. An ancient weapon did that? Why would someone do that to Lulusia? Only the Mother Flame could supply the immense energy needed to cause this tragedy. So people around the world are finding out about Lulusia's disappearance and it being tied to the fragment of the Mother Flame being taken out, being stolen. Lulusia is gone? Hurry and confirm this immediately. This is the first time we're hearing about this. Yes, sir. The partnering kingdoms are in a tizzy. My very own invention was used to power an ancient weapon. The motives and origin of the perpetrators are a mystery to me. But in the end, it all boils down to one hard truth. I am an accessory to this act of mass murder. I cannot express how remorseful I am for my part in this. I am truly sorry. So, I wonder if it happened around the same time, because he said the Mother Flame was taken 2 weeks ago. I don't know if that's 2 weeks from that recording or from him dying at the moment. It's obviously the recording didn't happen too long from his death. So he was able to say, hey, something got taken from me, part of Mother Flame, and this earthquake, this disappearance of Lulusia, that light that beamed out, only thing that could have powered that is my Mother Flame. So one thing I know for certain, I was assistant or accessory to a mass genocide. Well, mini genocide, but mass murder. Oh my goodness, he feeling the brunt of that. Like just horror alone had the man grieving. So knowing that his invention caused this, yeah, that's genuine pain. But this proves my theory is plausible. The disaster that flooded the world was man-made. Vegapunk, it's not your fault. People in around the world, and specifically in Vegapunk's old hometown, trying to tell him not to blame himself for it. Huh? Then Pluton is sure. Wano Momonosuke. Kinemon's telling him to shush. Like they're going to hear him back. I don't think it's that kind of transmission. There were once three great ancient weapons. It is said that Joy Boy attempted to ensure that they would be passed on to future generations. That begs the question: why hasn't the world sunk enough? Such ambiguity makes it hard to brand one side just as the other one evil. Oh, brand one side as just and the other side as evil. But the day of answers is coming. Okay, so hey, that's Sengoku. You're gonna choke, idiot. Is he munching while listening? Is he eating out of stress? Consider this a warning. When that time comes, everyone will fear the notion of a sunken world. The voice century is still an enigma, but there are those who know what happened in its entirety. Everything. You're going to explain everything, Vegapunk? And now Sakuzuki super upset, smoking like I don't know how much he knows, but he knows that the world should know this. I am referring to the former members of the Pirate King's crew. Ah! Pirates know? How? Why would pirates know the world's secrets? Isn't that dangerous? World's in a tizzy. Hang on. How is this possible? Stella, how could you have known about me stealing a fragment of the Mother Flame? Oh, York stole it and gave it to the Gorosei. Oh, well, I guess you weren't as subtle with it as you thought. I cut off my memory synchronization. It should have been impossible. Not only that, but I know for a fact you're a terrible liar and a lousy actor. You were genuinely surprised, right? That was all you're doing? You got news about Lulusia and took readings? What does that mean? When? The timeline doesn't add up. You must have known the government's plans. Otherwise, you wouldn't have done all this. You wouldn't have hidden the broadcast now. So York is trying to put two and two together. She was like, I covered my tracks. I made sure not to load any data. And you are a terrible liar. You obviously didn't know I was behind anything. So how the heck did you have time to plan all of this? York is really trying to figure this out, piece together. It's a good thought. Vegapunk definitely had contingency. He was looking into a lot. Elders, I worked out where the broadcast snail is. Huh? She did? What? Are you certain? Without a doubt. I'm a Vegapunk too, you know. The snail is in the Fabrio strum. The Iron Giant is guarding it.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so when we see the Iron Giant walking around while we still... Everyone's trying to, not everyone, but the world government sort of trying to take it down. So York is saying that the Iron Giant is the one protecting the transponder snail. Probably because not many people know the Iron Giant is even still existing on the island. Vegapunk made sure, he didn't make sure, but he did say that the people who had it originally that were told to destroy it, this original scientists kept passing it down and passing it down. So no one is supposed to know the Iron Giant exists. Okay, so are we back to his transmission? I'm sure they knew our entire lost history. So why? Why would they just fade away without telling a soul? So he's talking about the Pirate King's crew. Why would they fade away without telling anyone about the information they learned? Why didn't they act? Ray-sama? I'd like to see Rayleigh. Haven't you had enough booze, old man? You rarely get this wasted. I'm old and washed up now. Really drinking himself away. Just like Vegapunk here, a blabbering old geezer who's already said too much. Don't be an ass and take it away from the youngsters. The thrill is there to seek now. Right, Roger? Click. Those who knew the truth just laughed. One Piece chapter 116 end. So we end off on Rayleigh, the person who knows the secrets, knows the information, drinking himself silly as he's probably listening to Vegapunk spew all this information, and like, I'm just a drunk old man just blabbering away, talking too much, just like this fool right here. You're talking too much. You gotta let the young folk figure it out for themselves. You get the same thing to Robbie, like, hey, we found out the truth. You need to find it out too. Your conclusions might not be the same as ours. Go find it out. I can tell you right now, but you may not come to the same ideas as we did. So Vegapunk really is putting everything on blast. Everyone's like, he's really telling them. He's really letting it all out. He's letting it all hang loose. Oh my goodness. Not only did he reveal that he created the Mother Flame, he revealed that it got stolen. Not by who, not how, but it got stolen. Immediately after it got stolen, Lulusia disappears from the face of the world and we have a giant earthquake. Come on, it doesn't take a scientist to put 2 and 2 together. So he knew his Mother Flame was the cause for Lulusia being destroyed and it being wiped out and so many lives being lost. And people who didn't even know Lulusia got taken off the map are just now finding this out or looking into this. Kingdoms are trying to confirm this as we speak. But Vegapunk is throwing facts after facts after facts right now. If you ain't believe him by now, then I don't know why you're still listening. But he lets the world know about Lulusia, the Mother Flame being taken, his infinite interest that he made to try to make the world a better place, being used to take out millions of lives. He had to bow his head and say, I'm sorry. This is all on me. This is all I take full responsibility for. I'm sorry. But one thing it did confirm for him, one thing that the disappearance of Lulusia confirmed for him, is that his power source did that. And was done by one of the ancient weapons, the 3 ancient weapons of the past, using his energy source to fuel it and to power it. So this was done in the 4th century, done 800 years ago to sink the world. And it makes it so that his worries of what happened there is justified. What happened with the world sinking a meter, that happened back then. And it happened by a man-made invention, one of the ancient weapons, and it's still being used to this day. And even though not many people know the truth, he himself don't know the full story, there are a select few people in the world that do. And it just so happens to be the Pirate King's crew. Why would they not do anything with this info though? All this info about the world, what happened, the war that's still going on today, why would they just fade away and not do anything about it? Questions. I don't know if Vegapunk's going to tell more about the questions, tell more about that in the next chapter. But we fade to Rayleigh all here just drinking himself silly like, hey, you're talking too much. Let the young guys find it out. Let the young guys find it out, man. We laughed at it all, but let the young guys find it out. So Vegapunk might actually be spilling all the beans. I mean, he may not. He doesn't. He himself say he don't know it all. But this man's actually spilling all of the beans, and I'm here for it. I and the whole world is here for it. Oh my goodness. World government's gonna be pissed. They're gonna be mad. Emu's mad. Sakuzuki's mad. Sengoku's, I assume he's stressed. He's stress eating. Sengoku's eating himself fit. And the OGs that know what it is, they're drinking themselves silly. This is, you just gotta sit back and just let it play out at this point. If you're not on Egghead Island, you gotta sit back and let it play out, and man, it can play out any number of ways. I love the heck out of this chapter, even though just with some more information being told, more information than we had. So it's gonna be a lore dump chapter, probably next chapter as well. But I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. Let Egghead Island be the island that can tell us it all. I'm here for it. But I enjoyed the heck out of this chapter. I'm gonna call it at that. I've been Live the Truth. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. I'm out.